I'm Oni. It's good, everybody. So we have another news watch. This one's actually going to be pertaining to some protests going on. It seems to me, from what I'm looking at, it has some spiritual undertones that flowed from over Portland over to here. So things to keep in mind. For those who don't know, in Portland, we have a lot of the, defund the police protests, things of that nature, George Floyd and whatnot. But a lot of it is very nonsensical, very destructive. Most of the media doesn't really cover that, so it's it's pretty tough. But anyways, let's watch this, and I'll keep on giving my take.
A demonstration turning dangerous in Gilbert. Two groups clashing near the street, and tonight we've learned police have made arrests in this.
You see that? This chick, most of the people that are wearing black, they usually are, at least that's somewhat of a accurate signifier of being a part of the BLM. And, got this random chick, just holding a bat. It's supposed to be a protest. You're supposed to be holding a sign, not a bat. What kind of message are you trying to send? At least for, what the laws say in this country. It's supposed to be peaceful. And that borderline is, that's walking on a fence right there, at least walking on a fence. So that gentleman right there just snatched it from her. But, it's a lot more complicated.
ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw breaking down the video and the investigation that is just getting started.
At the corner of Gilbert and Warner Thursday, freedom of speech quickly turned to fighting. One group holding a rally against racism, the other there to back the blue. But as punches were thrown, Gilbert PD was nowhere to be seen.
I hope the police are...
For things to go out of hand, who knows? I mean, there's not much of context in this little snippet that we have, but for things to ratchet up that much, it's because people are paying attention to what's going on in Portland and other cities. They know that this movement and the news continually calls it a protest, even though in a lot of those other areas they've progressed past that and become riots. But the news, every article you read, dare I say every single article, almost no exaggeration, they always will proclaim it as a peaceful protest. So there's this dichotomy, these two aspects where, somebody's saying one thing, but your eyes are telling you another, but they're telling you not to believe your eyes. So I can see where there's lots of frustration from the common person who's may not be as woke per se, where they don't really understand how things are going out of hand. So some people are, saying we're not going to allow that, what would you call, rhetoric to stir the people and start causing more violence to come.
Liz Harris, who's running to be an Arizona state representative, was across the street.
We're supposed to keep our distance, and I'm a little bit concerned.
That concern warranted because the tension culminated in assault.
Apparently, it was that fringe group that did cross the street.
I know that they were kind of shoving each other around and...
You notice, once again, I keep mentioning it in a lot of these news segments. These corporations, media, man, they keep on cutting people short. They like to take little random statements and just chop it up. We don't have a full sentence. We have no idea what the full paragraph is of what they're trying to say. There's no context. So this lady just randomly says fringe group. We have no idea which group she's referring to. And then they pan to another lady, and she's giving a context talking about the gentleman in the red. But if you notice, his shirt says F Antifa, which if you've been paying attention to the other protests going on around the country, or riots per se, a lot of the BLM has basically just been either hijacked or, masquerading as Antifa. It's Antifa using that veneer of BLM. Whatever, they're using the protesters as a camouflage. So, as far as I can tell, that gentleman is sniffing some bad energy. Obviously, he's not really reacting very well by attacking people either. But imagining what he's probably seen on social media, it's kind of tough.
Somebody pulled out what I think was a baseball bat.
Gilbert police confirming this man, Michael Claybaugh, assaulted a man and his girlfriend, Amber.
My boyfriend stepped in to try and de-escalate, and he punched him several times. I got in between them trying to get him to stop, and then he punched me in the head 2 times.
As Amber cries, Claybaugh brags about it.
I talked to probably 4 different Gilbert police officers at the scene. They wouldn't arrest him. They kept telling me they were only there for crowd control.
Eventually, along with a BLM...
I'm not sure if these people here are in the same category as wanting to defund the police. I know I said that earlier, but technically, I don't really know. As far as this segment goes, segment's really short, but we don't really know if they're, attaching all the same demands as the other protesters are around the country. This one seems to be just for BLM. That's what they say. We don't know if they're wanting to defund the police also. We see, this flag right here and, mixed in with the American flag. So we see where the other group is coming from. They recognize that, yeah, you say BLM, but there's also the defund the police aspect that's united with your cause. While the other group, they may not be as, honest per se, or, trying to hold accountable the other groups that say the same message as BLM. So things are looking inflated. But I was bringing this up because it's funny that they want to call the police now to take down other people. So it's kind of a, potentially, once again, not sure about these people specifically here in this video, but as far as the movement goes, there's this hypocritical aspect to it.
Protester for disorderly conduct, Claybaugh was arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault, but Gilbert never booked him into MCSO's jail.
But they released him within 2 hours.
And protesters...
That is exactly what's going on in other cities over in Portland. If those of you don't know, the state representatives, judges, prosecutors, all the above, they are all standing in unison to let actually, not in those cases over there, those people are rioters. They're talking about, putting things on fire and looting, all those different characters over there in different cities. They allow those people to go free. So that's why, if those of you know, those riots have been going on for 80 days, probably 80 days plus, actually. So it's almost like, different factions of the movement are getting their comeuppance, I guess, spiritual get back going on, it seems.
Say, not everyone was held responsible.
I did file a police report. I sent photos of the man who put me in the headlock.
Now Gilbert police saying on Facebook...
You notice the George Floyd poster in her background? I'm wondering where she's recording that at. That'd be crazy if that's in her house. Just got random posters like that. That's just crazy. That's crazy. Once again, actually not once again, but for those of you, paying attention to this just to be honest, it's just a fact. Most of it is being, driven by people who are not representative per se of the actual demographic that is suffering the so-called struggle or police brutality. A lot of these movements, whenever you look at them, about, in some cases, almost 90% are being led by other demographics of, it's not really chocolate people that you see in those protests or whatever they are, marches, wherever, whatever. Almost 90% of the time, it ain't chocolate people in there. It's other demographics. So just, it's a little interesting. And once again, that gentleman that went a little out of hand, what did his shirt say? He knows what's going on. At least he's paying attention. You got the mixture of other demographics are just hijacking the movement for another people, and then on top of that, they are allowing other groups within them to either hijack it or fester and utilize them as camouflage. So he ain't having it. So these are things to look out for, people of Arizona, at least in this Maricopa area. We got a lot of people believing certain things, and it may get a lot more chaotic a lot quicker than you can ever imagine. So it can definitely happen here, just like it's happening over there.
Facebook tonight, they're, quote, investigating several other criminal allegations. Meanwhile, I reached out to Claybaugh multiple times today on social media, on his personal phone, and on his business line because he runs a company. I did not hear back. Zach Crenshaw, ABC 15, Arizona.
So, he's also a business owner. There's a little bit extra context there. So just like those other people in other cities, they not only are they watching these people go about protesting, they're not allowed to work. They're not allowed to try and take care of their family, while other people get to steal and loot, and they're not getting prosecuted. So, the media is going to try and portray these things as if it's one-sided, but there's different dynamics to this. So frustrations are on both sides. So it's pretty tough. But once again, this was just another NewsWatch. So with that being said, I'm Oni.